let's look at a couple points here. First of all, let's take energy. This energy proposal lays out a prescription for singling out a number of serious oil and gas tax increases, at the very minimum totaling $31.5 billion. Now, this is going to devastate an industry, a domestic oil and gas industry, companies, not the big companies like ExxonMobil and Shell and others that do work overseas, but those independent companies that work in the Gulf of Mexico and that supply a major source of oil and gas energy for the United States and for every single American family. What does this mean for the average family? They're going to pay higher gas prices at the pump. They're going to pay higher costs in electricity. And also, we're going to see massive job loss. Now, we did have hearings. Yes, we had hearings. I sit on the Ways and Means Committee. I remember Secretary Geithner coming in front of us, and I asked him, how many jobs will this budget kill? He could not answer the question. I said, do you realize that the oil and gas industry employs about 1.8 million people in the United States, with about 6 million additional jobs associated with this industry? A lot of these jobs are going to be killed. We're going to lose them. And they don't come back right away. And this is at a time when our energy independence, our energy dependence on foreign oil is serious. And what is our transition strategy as we try to get to a green economy? Well, it's natural gas. Well, guess what? 35% of the natural gas used in this country comes from wells that were drilled within the last 2 years. The rig count is now down over 50% since September. Do the math. We're going to see higher gas prices. So I have to say, if the Secretary comes before the committee and offers this budget proposal but cannot answer simple questions such as what is going to be the impact on unemployment across multiple sectors, that's a serious concern. CBO, I asked the same questions to the director of CBO and got the same answer. They have not done the analysis. Well, I think that's incomplete work. Don't you think we need more information as to what the impact of this budget's going to be if it's implemented in its entirety on unemployment, on jobs? And we're talking about good, high-paying jobs. And I'm not talking about white-collar executive jobs. I'm talking about pipe fitters, electricians, painters, people who work on boats, across the board, manufacturing jobs, small manufacturing companies that do fabrication and so forth. These are serious jobs.
Speaker, I'd like to yield my friend an additional minute.
Gentleman's recognized for another minute.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is a serious issue. It needs to be well thought out. Throw on top of those specific tax increases that are proposed on the oil and gas industry this massive cap-and-trade proposal, which is still not well thought out. And, of course, we have more work to do on it, obviously. But I have to say, the American people deserve to know what this is going to do in terms of job loss. They really deserve to know. And they deserve to know what this is going to do to the cost of electricity in their hometowns, and what it's going to do to the cost of gasoline at the pump, and what it's going to cost in heating oil, and so forth. That's information we ought to have. And so before we start proposing these types of expansions of taxes that are going to kill jobs, create higher unemployment, and run up the cost, we're talking about a recipe for more borrowing, more spending, and higher taxes.